From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
Ladies and gentlemen, 27-year-old Outrage did not die. Outrage Mehta in Noida did not die. He was allowed to die. I shall show you today a 34-second video which proves that he could have been saved, but he was allowed to die. You see, in India, human lives have no value. The life of citizens have no value. You can be anyone, as long as you're not a politician or a bureaucrat or a big shot industrialist, you do not matter. You will be allowed to die. And this is not some harsh statement, because this video proves it. Ladies and gentlemen, the video I'm about to show you, I'll describe it in just 30 seconds. You will see 3 rescue officials attempting to throw a rope towards Outrage Mehta in his sinking Maruti Suzuki Grand Vitara. There is another person with fire services written on his suit. A third person in his seat, his legs visible at the top of a ladder. He has a bright torch in his hand. And all of this, while this is going on, where the arrow shows you, is a light. You know, ladies and gentlemen, that tiny beam of light where you see the arrow is a torch light from Outrage Mehta's phone. Imagine him standing, steady as a surgeon, not waving, not panicking, but standing patiently, hoping that in this country, someone like him will be saved when he can be. That is the torchlight where he stands there, sure that he will be rescued. He's also called his father. He says to his father, I don't want to die, father. I want you to come and help me and save me. And after hours of wait, when people come there, they don't offer to help him. You will hear voices where people talk to him saying, we'll help you, but actually do nothing. They don't go into the water. They can swim through. People who are responsible for rescue efforts do nothing. The torch in the meanwhile stands out there. Outrage hopes and hopes and hopes that they will move on, but they watch him die. They give him needless advice like, keep yourself safe, beta. Ladies and gentlemen, help yourself. But they don't walk into the water or swim into the water, despite knowing that they very well could. They say the water is too deep. Then why are these people in any rescue effort? Ladies and gentlemen, I will now play that video for you, full frame and without any editing, so that while you watch this, you realize what happens when people don't matter in a country anymore. Outrage Mehta was one such citizen. Yes, this was not an accident. It was an accident. But what happened after that was a man-made tragedy. I hold the system accountable. Please see the video.
बहुत अच्छे दोस्त
अपने आप को सेफ रखते हुए अरे पानी क्या कोशिश तो कर ना खींचो मुझे खींचो कैसे
झाड़ियों में फंस रहा ना आदमी पैर ही नहीं चल रहे होंगे
क्या कह रहा है क्या बेटा ज्यादा ये बहुत गहरा पानी पैर भी ना आ रहे और इससे ये पीछे फ्लो कर रहा है मुझे अच्छा आगे नहीं जाने दे रही रस्सी फेंको जरा यहाँ तो फेंको कोशिश करो.
This is the reality. The rescuer says that his feet don't reach the bottom of the water. So he does absolutely nothing. Outrage Mehta dies. He's just 27-year-old. He's an IT engineer. He could have been saved. He had a family. And like all of us, he just stood there waiting, hoping that the government will do something. Ladies and gentlemen, they let him die. In India, the value of human life is come down to absolutely zero. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a country where a 27-year-old dies like this. But a 55 something IAS officer couple empties a stadium, throws the athletes out because they want to walk their dog. To walk their dog, an IAS officer with the rank of principal secretary throws out athletes, throws out the people. That stadium is paid for by you, don't forget. But the IAS officer, his name is Sanjeev Kirwar, he says, run it full frame, please. He says that I don't want to see any athletes when I'm walking my dog. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. An IAS officer walks his dogs in an empty stadium because he thinks he's the new viceroy. But an Aam Admi, the father of Yuvraj Mehta, knows tonight his son died because the system let his son die. Am I exaggerating when I say today that IAS officer Sanjeev Kirwar, who has been brought back by the BJP government as the chief of the Municipal Corporation of Delhi, rewarded for walking his dog, that he and his dog's life matters more than Yuvraj Mehta's life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what our country has gone down to. This is what our country has gone down to, and it's absolutely unforgivable. Now, you can choose to live with injustice. You can choose to say it's all right. He's a big IAS officer. His dog must have the whole stadium to himself. It's all right, Yuvraj Mehta must die because he's not a politician's son. He's not an IAS officer's son. He's not a rich industrialist's son. He doesn't fly private jets. But I ask you tonight, how fair is this? How fair is our democracy today? A 28-year-old pregnant woman, a resident of Badao, was forced to deliver her baby at the gate of the district women's hospital in the Sirsoli village in the Ujjani district of Badao. She delivers a baby in the gate of a district women's hospital. We say we are going to be Vikasit Bharat. Vikasit Bharat. Are we going to be a Vikasit Bharat where a 28-year-old woman delivers a baby at the gate of a district women's hospital? Not even a single doctor, nurse or staff offers her assistance for half an hour. No stretcher is provided to the victim. She delivers a child out there. This is what our system has unfortunately become. This is also a country where Yuvraj Mehta dies with his torchlight on, hoping and praying that somebody will save him. This is what the people of India are going through. But this is also a country where BJP leader Kailash Vijayvargiya's useless son in Madhya Pradesh in Indore beats up a civic body official with a cricket bat because he's the son of a big BJP official. Along with his supporters, he chases the official in the presence of police personnel and TV journalists and starts thrashing him. Thrashing him. This is the son of Kailash Vijayvargiya, the same Kailash Vijayvargiya who is today responsible for mixing toilet water and drinking water, leading to the death of a 6-month-old child along with 13 others. Are we going to say that we'll raise our voice? Are we going to say anymore in this country that people matter? For if people matter, people are the backbone of all the development in this country. People are the backbone of everything. People are the backbone of the GDP numbers. People are the backbone of our status as an emerging economy, as the fastest growing emerging economy. And no, I'm sorry to say, the truth is not told in Davos or discovered in Davos. The truth has to be delivered in Unnao and Noida and Guwahati and Trichy and Badao and Delhi, not in Davos. Now, we can say tonight that you want to be in some kind of a hallucination and believe it's all right. I'm saying tonight it's not all right. I am absolutely furious that the IAS officer who emptied a stadium to walk his dog is being brought as chief of the MCD. What is the government doing? And that on the other side, rescue officials. We send our people to rescue people in other countries when there are earthquakes. We send our people to rescue people in Myanmar. We send our people to rescue people in Nepal. We give COVID vaccines to the world. But in our country, we can't rescue a young IT professional who is within reach of the rescuers. We get irritated with the media instead for playing the story on and on and on and on and on. But what do? For in this country, if you don't shout, you will not be heard. Ladies and gentlemen, people matter. Progress matters when it's for the people. Please share this so that someone somewhere begins to take notice. Let's debate.
बहुत अच्छे दोस्त
अपने आप को सेफ रखते हुए अरे पानी क्या कोशिश तो कर ना खींचो मुझे खींचो कैसे
झाड़ियों में फंस रहा ना आदमी पैर ही नहीं चल रहे
क्या कह रहा है क्या बेटा ज्यादा ये बहुत गहरा पानी पैर भी ना आ रहे और इससे ये पीछे फ्लो कर रहा है मुझे अच्छा आगे नहीं जाने दे रही रस्सी फेंको जरा यहाँ तो फेंको कोशिश करो.
We are at this location. This is the exact place where this incident occurred, and this is the place where the police was standing, the rescuers were standing, the people who were supposed to rescue the techie who was very near, very close. Just imagine, this was the exact distance, and they were giving the arguments of the water being cold, or they did not have sufficient rope length that they could have reached the techie and could have saved their lives.
A short distance between life and death. This video, perhaps the last of Noida Techie Outrage, seen meters away from marsh.
क्या कह रहा है क्या बेटा ज्यादा अपने आप को सेफ रखते हुए अरे पानी.
The flash is from Ouvrage's mobile, his hand seen stable holding phone with torchlight on, clinging to his life till the very last second. He was reportedly on top of the car.
ये बहुत गहरा पानी पैर भी ना आ रहे और इससे ये पीछे फ्लो कर रहा है मुझे.
This video shows a rescuer in life jacket and ropes, contrary to the claims made.
अच्छा आगे नहीं जाने दे रही रस्सी फेंको जरा यहाँ तो फेंको कोशिश करो.
SDRF rescuer is seen at the scene. Ouvrage was alive, stable and begging for help. The rescue personnel do not swim, do not show any urgency.
We have the tubes because these are the basic infrastructure which is used for the swimming pool. So if anybody could have approached us or our society or anybody in the society, even the guard, we could have provided, these things, and human life could have been saved. But nobody thought about it.
The video raises serious concerns, exposes serious administrative lapses by rescuers and even fire authorities, all the agencies involved.
सिर्फ तैराकी की ही बात नहीं है, बल्कि अगर हम संसाधनों की बात करें, इक्विपमेंट्स की बात करें, तो जैसा कि वहाँ पे प्रत्यक्षदर्शियों ने भी बताया और युवराज के पिता ने भी ये बयान दिया है कि वो संसाधन जो दमकल कर्मियों के पास होने चाहिए थे, जो ट्रेनिंग उन्हें, स्विमिंग की ट्रेनिंग उन्हें मिलनी चाहिए थी, वो सारी चीज़ें उन्हें नहीं मिली. अगर वो मिल जाती तो आज युवराज हमारे बीच होता. गंभीर सवाल CFO पर भी खड़े हो रहे हैं, लेकिन CFO को इन सवालों का जवाब देना चाहिए, लेकिन CFO की मौजूदगी जो है वो नज़र ही नहीं आ रही है.
This poses very strong, serious questions that can be raised now right at this moment, and those questions are: did rescuers refuse to get into water and swim? This is a very strong question, very important question. They could have jumped into the water. Second important question is this, that does video confirm that rescuers wasted time, because they wasted critical time that they could have utilized to save that techie and let him die? The third important question that is being asked, that we are asking, it's very important, that were life jackets, they wore life jackets but couldn't swim towards the techie's car. They could have jumped into the water, but they avoided this very important question. And also, instead of helping, they waited for second vehicle to arrive. Now this criminal delay led to the damage and to the death of the techie. Now, a question here is, rope seen in video. Now, was it not used to rescue the techie, that is the Ouvrage Mehta? Because many residents who joined us, they said that had they asked for help, we had the ropes, we had the life jackets, we had everything. And also, the major question that we have, did everyone on SIT refuse to help the techie for 2 hours? This is very important. And also the very important question here is this question that seen flashing mobile torch, he was seen flashing the mobile torch, yet they just wait and they watched, they sat there.
As we broadcast this report, builders have been arrested, but the officials who let him die are being given a long rope. Should heads roll?
Let's promise to speak straight tonight. We're opening the phone lines so the phone can start ringing any time. People matter in this country. Do people matter in this country anymore? I'm asking this question repeatedly. Do people matter in a country where rescue workers don't know how to swim? And when they don't go into the water and they let a man die before their very eyes, I don't think people matter. They let people die. Because I think the politicians, the babus think there are too many people in this country anyway. What if a few die? Well, the district magistrate, I'm told, is the daughter of the Chief Election Commissioner of India. No connection here. I'm not making any comment. I'm not drawing any inference. I'm not drawing any connection. Everybody is an IAS officer in their own right. But what about the district magistrate? Why is the district magistrate not been removed? Ladies and gentlemen, this is such a horrible video. And they are catching the builders. This is a disgrace. This is the third episode of Progress for the People. I have decided not to waste the time of the people of this country sitting and interviewing Ian Bremmer in Davos. That is stupidity of the highest level that some channels are doing. They're out of touch with the reality of this country. It's a reality. You see, channels are happy in Davos. People can die. They want to be seen in Davos. They are paragliding in Davos, skiing in Davos, sending videos in Davos. Idiots, all of them. I'm opening up the lines. Who would like to take the first shot at this debate? I'd like to invite Vimalendu, I see you there. Suhail, Ajay Bagga, all as citizens tonight. They are not coming as environmentalists, brand gurus, or economic or in business voices. They are coming as citizens. We have political parties. No, we have political parties. No, Kishore, you are defending the government, so you're not with the citizen.
Let me kick off this.
Okay, Jyotsna is from the TDP. Susi Ben Shah is from the Shiv Sena. Abbas Haider is from the Samajwadi Party. Suhail said 1 minute, he's opening the debate. Suhail.
Let me tell you, your paraphrasing was slightly incorrect. It's not that the people don't matter. Human lives of Indians are immaterial.
Yes.
Especially when that Indian is a common Indian, then they don't matter.
Don't matter.
If some rich guy's son or daughter, or if a politician's son or daughter had this tragedy, the district magistrate would have been behind bars.
Yeah, I know.
There would have been an inquiry, there would have been compensation, there would have been everything. So why is this happening? The disease lies elsewhere. We are Romans. You know, in Julius Caesar by Shakespeare, he says Romans are fickle. We are fickle. We will forget. This too shall pass. So the people forget. We vote on everything else but accountability and governance. We will vote for caste, creed, religion, how much money we get, how many people in Punjab get a paua, all that nonsense will happen. The courts are not concerned because they've got 100 things to do. We are the only country where the judiciary takes off for almost half a year on holiday or earned leave, or whatever it is. So where does the common man go? If you're a poor person, if you're less privileged, try lodging an FIR. Won't happen. So the system today is greased, oiled, and only working to protect and safeguard the powerful and the rich. It is not meant for the average citizen. The average citizen is remembered only when it comes to elections. The average citizen is remembered when it comes to death with indignity.
Oh, yeah.
The average citizen is put to the wolves when he's electrocuted because of flooded waters. That's what the average citizen of India is being given. So let's not fool each other. This will not change unless the average citizen gets onto the goddamn streets and asks for accountability. But that again will not happen. Because when we created the Aam Aadmi Party, or when the Aam Aadmi Party created themselves as the messiah of hope, they too went the political way. The same functionality, the same mechanism, the same methodology. So I really don't know if anything is going to change, if at all. And Arnab Goswami will take it up at 9 p.m. Fine. People will say, हाँ भाई, अर्नब ने आज बहुत चिल्लाया, उसने बहुत बैंड बजाया. फिर क्या? Yogi Adityanath, who I've never met him, I don't believe in the BJP, but the first thing that he did was sack the CEO of Noida. Now you tell me, the district magistrate is related. We blame Bollywood for nepotism. There's nepotism in all walks of life. So where does the citizen go? I'm asking you a simple question. It's about people matter, nahi. You remember in America, they ran a campaign, Black Lives Matter. Run a campaign here called Do Indian Lives Matter? And when I say Indian lives, the average Indian. Not the Indian who has the levers of power. Not the Indian who's connected. Not the Indian who draws from privilege. And not the Indian who has the resources to hire the best legal minds to get away. Because that's the India we're engendering. And the real India we're endangering. So one we engender, the other we endanger. Now that's the choice that every Indian has to make. Because let me tell you, a ditch doesn't discriminate. A ditch will be there for the rich man's child as it will be for the less richer man's child. So people have to recognize that it's important to get rid of the ditch and not to pander to the rich. Get rid of the ditch, don't pander to the rich. And therefore don't pander to the powerful.
Now, while this happens, Sohail, and why are people angry with politicians? Politicians say,
they've always been angry.
No, I'll tell you something. Every Tom, Dick and Harry politician, budding politician now has a big flag in front of their car. They have a big nameplate, right? Directions to their house are put all over the road. Right? They are not an institution, but they believe they are institutions. Everybody has a cavalcade. Everybody uses taxpayer money. And then when the gig worker says, I am risking my life to get you your pizza in 6 minutes. Ajay, please note this, everyone. I am making a lot of money for Dipinder Goyal. Thank God he's out of Zomato. Dipinder Goyal has billions, but when the gig worker says that I am almost dying, I hardly get 20,000 rupees, then you say these gig workers who are the wheels of the Indian economy, you call them miscreants. You say they are miscreants. They are bad people. They're asking for too much. That also from poor Dipinder Goyal, who has nothing almost. And so Dipinder Goyal has a lot of money. Politicians have a lot of money. The cost of apartments has gone to 200 crores per piece. The pizza must be delivered in 5 minutes, even if the gig worker dies. And if the gig worker complains, you say he's a miscreant. The politician's son must take a cricket bat and beat up elected officials. But a middle-class man's son, Yuvraj Mehta, must die in a ditch waiting to be rescued. For there is no conscience anymore. Let me tell you, there is no conscience in this country. There are only political battles, and if I question why Aravalis are being cut, you say, oh, this terrible republic is taking on the government. These people, man, terrible people. We were just cutting up a mountain. What is their problem? What is their problem? But I tell you one thing. If I open the lines, you will hear the people. And then, Jyotsna, remember, the people will not discriminate between political parties. At some point, they'll be fed up of everyone.
Absolutely.
They will be fed up. They are already fed up of everyone. They are saying, what's the difference? Why did that boy die in a 35-foot pitch? You are saying that you are spending thousands of crores of rupees making idols of politicians, statues of politicians, worshipping them. But why did that boy die? See, pin drop silence. But I tell you, if I open the lines, people will not be silent.
But Arnab, I told you something.
Vimlendo is coming here. No, I mean every word I say.
Arnab, you remember I told you that people get rehabilitated when you actually suspend a CEO. Nothing will happen to these bureaucrats. And exactly what we've seen that after 4 years, that guy has now become the MCD commissioner. Reality is that we are talking about there's no crisis of capacity. We have a crisis of accountability.
Two visuals.
For us, we have to understand that these are. For us to call this an accident would be really disservice to the issue.
It's not an accident.
This is not an accident.
It is a murder. It is a murder, Vimlendo. Call it a murder.
This is criminal. This is criminal negligence.
Outrage was murdered.
As accident, and this is not about disaster or state disaster. We are talking about something where this is an outcome of a bad governance system, which is not a one-day lack of governance, but a perpetuated lack of governance. Suhail keeps talking about it all the time. And this is not just one Noida that we are talking about.
No. It's all over the country. It's all over the country. It's all over the country.
Across political lines. And this is not apathy. It's impunity that we are talking about. Our government class thinks that they can get away with anything. Like imagine we're talking about one life here, we're talking about 20 lives in Indore, we're talking about a few lives from cough syrup, we're talking about bloody 18 lakhs because of air pollution. And how does it even matter? They wear their best dress. 6 of the bloody chief ministers are fine dining in Davos, signing deals for what sake? When citizens are struggling to imagine, we claim that we are Olympic champions in swimming, and we don't even have our disaster management people to even swim 10 meters to save a poor chap.
But how did that person get a job? No. How did that person get a job? This Bhai Bhatijawad, you see, somebody's been given the job of a rescuer. But he can't swim. Somebody will put in the fire brigade without training. Because if people die, we will say, listen, we have bigger things to do. Don't disturb us. We are in Davos.
Absolutely.
Don't disturb us. We can't think of Barech or Bhopal. We are in Switzerland. We are discussing big things with big people.
Arnab, let me come in.
We are discussing big things with big people. Don't make big deal of small people. Kishore, I'm telling you the truth. The future of this country is not in the sensex, but your capacity to cover that ditch.
Yeah. Okay.
No, don't say yeah. You people are, 1 minute. You have no idea.
When a chief minister's daughter was abducted, what did we do? Do you
when
remember
a chief minister's daughter was abducted, the whole system went to save her.
Absolutely.
It's another thing that lady's family is a soft separatist family. But Kishore, people are angry. You're just not getting a sense. I'll tell you one thing. Can I just tell them to put a camera where the calls are coming in tonight into the newsroom? And can I tell people to take hot calls, not transferred calls? I have to take the calls. I have to release the pressure of the people. Sachit from Mumbai. Sachit. You feel for Yuvraj, Sachit?
Yes, definitely. It's very, very sad to see what happened. And firstly, I would like to thank you and Republic for taking this people matter, because it's an amazing campaign and the need of for our country. So thank you so much for.
I'm sorry, I'm the only one who had to do it. Everybody, all other channels are in Davos.
Yes, definitely. That's why we are the journalism you've been bringing since few days is just amazing to see. And this is the need of the hour for the country.
No, I tell you, people are angry, Sachit. Yeah. Akhil from Lucknow, people are angry. I'm besieged with calls. Akhil from Lucknow. Akhil, you feel for Yuvraj?
Arnab, good evening, and thank you once again for taking up the cause. I am ashamed today to be an Indian. Was Yuvraj a politician's son?
Yeah.
Was he son of an IAS officer?
He would not be dead.
I also want to know what is the budget of State Disaster Management Authority and National Disaster Management Authority. Yeah. Where is that budget going? Where is my tax money going?
Where is your tax money going? Where is my tax money going? I pay tax on everything. We are the highest taxed people in the country. I want to know how much tax the bureaucrats and politicians pay on their ill-gotten money. In a country where 4 to 5% of people pay tax, if these politicians pay tax, we would be a rich country. Pradeep from Dubai. Pradeep, you feel for Yuvraj, Pradeep?
Arnab, I don't. Thank you very much for taking my call.
Yes, please.
First of all, I would like to say we need to educate the common man to come out and courageously say, we will not vote to those who does not address such issues.
Well, today I feel in a minority of one, Pradeep, the entire media, politicians, nobody wants to talk about this video.
You have taken a very good subject.
No, but I'm just so angry, Pradeep.
No, but why is
Sohail, louder audio.
To take this up.
1 second, Arnab, let me respond.
Yes,
Allow me
Kishore,
a
what are
minute
you
to
responding
respond.
to? Yes.
Yeah.
That's a
okay.
capacity.
So, Arnab, in a country, there are two governments. One is called the permanent government, which is the bureaucrats, and one is called the temporary government, which is elected for 5 years. Don't question the 5-year temporary government. That comes and goes.
Oh God, man, I swear, this is the stupidest argument I've heard in decades.
Government which is there.
You think the Yogi government and Modi government are temporary governments?
So in Indore, they did the same thing. In Indore, they did the same thing.
Let's be very, very clear about it. It's not about supporting anybody. Let us take today, if you knock the Supreme Court at 12 p.m. midnight, will it open? It won't. So let's not talk about who built the system where a bureaucrat can do anything and a common man's life does not matter.
It is very convenient to only blame the bureaucracy. We need to understand the structure of governance.
Who built this system, sir? Who built this system? Can you go and knock Supreme Court tonight at 12 p.m.?
Show the video.
Will
I
it
want to show
open?
the flicker.
It won't open.
I want to show in that window out there. No. I want the politicians to have sleepless nights in this country. I want the bureaucrats to have sleepless nights in this country. I want them to be afraid. Because Kishore, listen to me. Because Kishore, 1 second, because Kishore, I'll tell you. Kishore, I'll tell you one. I have no problem with politicians. Let me tell you, though, I must say that sometimes when I see the weddings of politicians' children these days, I want to ask them whether they have any shame. Because they are so ostentatious. They are so ostentatious. They are scandalously expensive. I just want to say to these politicians who spend hundreds of crores on their children's weddings, that Yuvraj Mehta was also someone's son. And the only picture I will show tonight, if it pricks the conscience of anyone, and I don't want empathy, I want action. Do we want empathy, viewers? Sympathy or empathy? We don't need sympathy, we don't need empathy from the netas, we need action. I just want the politicians to see that flicker of light to remind them. That flicker of light is the light that was put out by Yuvraj in his last few hours and minutes. He put out the light. It should remind the politicians that light was his hope that the government will save him. But it did not care.
How were such people recruited or not?
I just both sides. I want the netas to see the flicker of light.
How were such people recruited?
I want the netas to see the flicker of light. I want them to know they have betrayed the people. Yuvraj was a person, a human being. Ajay Bagga, should I take a caller before I come to you? Brajesh from Kolkata. Brajesh.
Yes, sir. धन्यवाद सर। ये पूरा ग्रुप मैं बोलूंगा कि ये जो पूरा ग्रुप है, इन लोगों ट्रेनिंग के लिए गए थे उनको रेस्क्यू करने के लिए, तो स्विमिंग नहीं आती है, तो इनको जिन्होंने ट्रेन किया है उस पूरा ग्रुप को नॉट सस्पेंशन नहीं, दे शुड बी रिमूव फ्रॉम द सर्विसेज परमानेंटली। आदमी somebody is going for rescue someone और उसको बेसिक्स की नहीं मालूम था, एक छोटा सा स्विमिंग नहीं है, कोई रोप उनके पास नहीं था, मैंने गए किस लिए थे? मैंने कोई इस तरह का शो चल रहा था क्या वहां पे?
ब्रजेश, आई टेल यू ब्रजेश, कोई मतलब नहीं है। देखिए ये हद पार कर चुके हैं अभी जो हो रहा है हमारे देश में, आप देख लीजिए। नहीं, यू सी व्हाट इज हैपनिंग। मैं 2 केसेस दे रहा हूं, एक अरावली का और ये युवराज जैसे उसको मारा गया, इसे मारा गया। और इस पर कृपा करके अब्बास हैदर जी नेतागिरी मत कीजिए।
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं, never, sir. Arnab, I'm very thankful to you because this is very close to me, this issue. I am sitting here as an aggrieved. 3 years back, exactly 3 years back, on the 24th of January 2023, I lost my mother and my wife in a similar sort of accident. A building collapsed in Lucknow and I lost both of them. My son was also stuck there. He was 6-year-old at that time, Arnab. And so certainly there's no scope of politics in this. And SDRF, NDRF, both of the agencies were there. There was lack of coordination. I wrote to both the agencies. I've never talked about this issue in any media or any podcast or anywhere. This is the first time I'm speaking on it, Arnab. I'll tell you, there is lag. They don't have training. They don't have any sort of equipment. And the worst part is, Arnab, they all want credit. Both the agencies, they are
But
top
SDRF reports to, sorry to interrupt, does the SDRF not report to the district magistrate?
Yeah, it does. It was.
Who is the district magistrate of Noida?
Yeah, that lady.
Which lady?
I don't know her. The chief election commissioner's daughter.
Okay, so why is no action against her?
Yeah, because
Susi
that
Ben
sense
Shah,
of entitlement.
why no action against her? Because accountability must be at the lowest level, not at the bureaucrat
exactly.
level.
Because they want
it's a cozy club.
The broader concern here is, these authorities and builders, there is a caucus between them. I'm sorry, Mr. Seth. And like Mr. Seth said, that ditches, they don't discriminate. Exactly, they don't discriminate. It doesn't matter.
Listen, I'm not after anyone, but I'm fed up.
You should be.
People are fed up.
Yeah, because people matter.
I want to know with these politicians how they will sleep tonight when they see that flicker of light.
Very well.
So I want to know.
They will sleep very well.
What do you mean that's
You know something? Accountability and shame have vanished from our political
But Sohail,
system.
this is avoidable. This is not a natural disaster, Sohail.
My point, Arnab, is there are 3 things that have to change in India. Respect for the lowest common denominator in terms of the less privileged. Accountability of those rascals who are in power and are supposed to govern.
Sohail, I'll be very direct. Punishment. The problem in this country is that the media has lost its spine. Has lost its spine. I'm telling you, they're asking me why I'm questioning the system. Why the hell are they not questioning the system? Why are they sitting like fools in Davos, talking to this and that, pretending to be self-important? Why have they lost touch with the people? They are asking me. To hell with them. What do they know about how the people in this country feel? You see, this is a cozy cocktail. You are absolutely right. It's a cozy little club, 1990s style that's going on.
Each will scratch the other
and you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Well, I'll scratch so hard that it will hurt. The fact of the matter is this. No, it's not laughing matter. Vimlendu, I feel upset. I'm angry. No, if he had been a Neta's son, he would have not died.
Absolutely.
He would have not died.
And
no Neta is tweeting about this tonight. The Netas hate me tonight. They're not tweeting about this tonight.
And there'll be a police constable blamed for this, an SDRF swimmer blamed for this, but not the DM, not the minister, not the chief minister at all. So indiscriminate, disproportionate, accountability fixing also will not be able to fix the problem unless we actually look at, right now, everyone, like 2-3 politicians are talking about the executives, and that will lower executives.
The problem is also that, you see, I'll show the 2 windows. You show this full frame, please, for a while. 2 windows, Ajay and Susiben, before I come to you. And I'll just describe the pictures. This is the reality of India. On the one side, the flicker of light of a 27-year-old man, self-made, IT professional.
Absolutely.
Middle class. Full frame, please, if you don't mind, for 2 minutes. May I? I can't say this because I want the producers to show the contrast. I don't understand why my messages are not going through. Because I'm angry as hell tonight. I want to show the flicker of light of a of a 27-year-old who stood there. He stood on top of his car. He really knew he could be saved. Yuvraj Mehta knew it was possible to save him. You just have to reach him, throw a tube at him and pull him out. You didn't bother to do that. And on the other hand, you have Kailash Vijayvargiya, BJP leader's son, beating a civic official like hell and getting away with it. This is the reality in our country today. Now show on the right-hand side a 28-year-old woman. Show on the left-hand side a 28-year-old woman who delivers outside the district hospital. She doesn't have a stretcher, no nurse, no doctor. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Not one person. And on the other hand, you have a man who walks his dog and empties a stadium. And the same government makes him the chief of the MCD. This study, in contrast, I'm telling you, is not good. It's a Marie Antoinette, let them eat cake approach. Ajay Bagga, before I take my next caller tonight. Ajay.
Yeah, no, it's a very sad reflection, and it's system-wide. You would remember the case of an IAS officer who emptied out a reservoir because her phone fell inside the reservoir. So people were denied drinking water because of that lady. I don't know what action finally was taken on her, but we have these brown sahibs who are really, exploiters, extortionists of the people. That's one. Second, there is no training because everybody knows there is corruption in hiring of these people. They are not given training. And you and I are risking our lives every time we are on the roads because the driving licenses are given without proper checks. For 3,000 rupees, you get a driving license delivered at home without sitting in a car. Those are the things that are happening, and it has got normalized. Unfortunately, loss of life on a pothole in a metro gets normalized. The politicians just move on. No contractor is caught up. And it's an open secret that a lot of infrastructure companies today, Arnab, are fronts for politicians and bureaucrats. You just scratch the surface and you know the same people get the contracts. If they get blacklisted, they set up another company and they are in business again. So I think this has really reached
a very us versus them divide has really got worse. Right, Ajay?
And Arnab, that is the reality. We keep on celebrating $4 trillion economy, but you just go below. 80% India is at sub-Saharan Africa per capita income. That is the reality. 1% is French, rest is Indonesian and Kenyan, and then 80% whom you're giving food to are sub-Saharan Africa. And their lives just don't matter. What Suhail started in the beginning, you and I, we can make a lot of noise. Yeah, you call me here, I can express this, I can give you a lot of numbers. 180,000 people die in India on roads every year. And it's not that it's population-wise. China has 60,000. US, Germany, Japan have 4 per lakh of people dying. We have 12 per lakh of people dying on roads every year. And that number is increasing at 2.5% per annum. We should have zero fatality corridors, understanding of these accidents.
No, we don't have a
kind of thing. Who allowed the occupation certificate for those big buildings, Arnab, that you were showing? Who allowed that? Which fire officer went and inspected these buildings and saw this pool of stagnant water? An IAS officer can empty out a reservoir of the Narmada to get her mobile phone out and parch the population for 5 months, no action taken. And this pool of water, you can't rescue a kid out of that. I think we have to hang our heads in shame, Arnab. Yeah, totally. It's a very sad day.
But the feeling is, you see, feeling is nowadays that, we're winning elections. It's all about winning. How does it matter? How do these things matter eventually, right, Jyotsna?
This happened, Arnab.
No, but I'm telling you one thing. See, Jyotsna and Susiben. You think that Manmohan Singh and Kapil Sibal and all the lot didn't think like this in 2011, 2012, 2013, when we said people matter? There's something more in life than winning elections, Jyotsna. Susi Ben.
Arnab, I remember.
It's not about winning elections. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, Arnab, absolutely. And today I'm here not as a politician. I would say I'm not here as a politician. I should very strongly say that because I'm deeply pained, I'm deeply anguished looking at that. As you are, Arnab, the moment I look at that video, I hang my head in shame. I hang my head in shame. You call me a politician, you call me whatever you want to, but I hang my head in shame. Because it is bigger than politics. Arnab, it is absolutely bigger than politics. It's something like humanity versus cruelty. Forget about the officials, forget about the politicians, forget about everybody else on earth. It is humanity versus cruelty there. It is, conscience versus convenience. I would say convenience. Whoever is there, it is life versus negligence. So I hang my head in shame today.
What does that flicker of light tell you? What does the fact that the flicker of light Yuvraj held back?
Arnab,
Ajay has something to say to you. 1 minute, ma'am. Ajay is saying something to you. Ajay Baga. Yeah.
Arnab, I'll tell you, this is still, this is one of the 48,000 people who die in India every year from this. 1.72 lakhs die on the roads. 48,000 are dying in mishaps. But, what we are doing, Arnab, there are so many studies out that the FMCGs, the goods they are supplying in India, have 3 to 5% more sugar content than they are there to serve in Europe and US. No FSSAI takes this up. You look at the pesticides we are using, those are banned 20 years back in Europe and US. We are still doing it. We are killing our animals. We are killing our next generations. So it is system-wide, Arnab, and these politicians coming and saying there is money paid from the top to the bottom. For every appointment, there is money taken. There is no accountability.
Jyotsna was saying, Jyotsna, I want to complete.
Which fire officer gave the OC for that building next door? Didn't he see this? Which municipal guy? Which sanitary inspector? How was this allowed?
Arnabji, let me put in certain points very clearly. Sir, this is the same country where we have seen...
No, my point is Jyotsna. Jyotsna, to you and Susiben, I have a question. No, Jyotsna and Susiben, to you, I have a question. We keep saying we saved people in Africa, in the Caribbean, during COVID. We save people in Turkey. Even to Turkey, we send our NDRF people. To Myanmar, we send our people. To Nepal, we send our people. So is this rescue effort only for diplomacy? Not for the people of India. We are specialists in saving foreigners. No, Jyotsna, this is a real question. We have become specialists in saving foreigners. What about our own people?
Arnabji, let me answer that question for you. As rightly questioned by you, I think this is a moral test. We have to, literally answer this test and pass this test in the future at least. At least. I would say why? Because a life was crying for help there. Forget about everybody there. It was an Indian or any other person. But a life was crying for help there.
No.
The people who were surrounded were negligent. We should not, forgive their negligence. Whoever it is, whether it's a bureaucrat or politician.
I'll tell you one of the reasons I feel, why the Congress government lost power. I'll tell you one thing. Susiben, I'll tell you one thing. Because during the, they didn't look at these small things. In 2013, there was a Kedarnath disaster. And there was a 62-year-old shopkeeper who lost his grandson. He was from Raebareli. He said that when I was trying to get into the chopper, I was kicked by someone from the Uttarakhand police because VIPs were given the first opportunity to get out. Now, these kind of stories, when they came out in 2013, Susiben, the ruling party at that time, what is it? Why do the media raise these issues? We are trying our best. They should be grateful to us.
No. I think what I'm not here as a politician.
Why you are not here as a politician?
While I am a social and a political activist, and I do believe that people like us who believe in justice...
Susiben, very convenient. When it comes to sensitive issues, you don't want to be a politician.
No, hold on. I'm coming. Let me complete my point.
If I tell you right now, take credit for 8% growth, you'll put your hand up.
Not at all.
Then you are a politician.
It is. You have to take good with the bad. I completely agree. And while there are good things happening in India, and there are these horrible incidents which is happening, it is a tragic extremely tragic incident, and we are truly very sorry. I share your concern. I share the anguish.
Susiben, tell me one thing. If it had been a politician's, if it had been a politician's son, would the rescue workers have entered the water? Yeah, chopper aa jati wahan pe. Chopper would have come. He would have been rescued in a chopper. If he was an industrialist son,
Mr. Goswami,
if he was a IAS officer's son. No. I just answered that question. Please, let's talk practical stuff. If he had been a Neta's son, IAS officer's son, police officer's son, industrialist son, would the rescue workers have gone into the water?
Lives matter.
No, you're not answering the question.
So these were a rescue. Allow me to complete.
All lives are not equal in India.
I'm 1 against 10. I'm 1 against 10. At least allow me to opine. Let me open my mouth. Let me say.
It wouldn't even be anywhere. If the police
You
wouldn't
are
turn
not
up.
allowing me to speak at all. Where am I saying that you are wrong?
No, when Azam Khan's buffaloes, 1 minute. Abbas,
hold on.
everyone on. Hold on. When Azam Khan's buffaloes got stolen, they send an STF to rescue the buffaloes. Now Abbas won't like it. In our country, the buffaloes of a politician and the dogs of a bureaucrat have more value
Not at all.
than the child of a middle class person.
No,
I'm telling you the truth.
No STF was
No,
formed.
what are you saying?
Certainly the police were looking for a buffalo.
So the police are looking for a buffalo.
But Arnab,
But no policeman comes to save a human life.
They should have.
This is the
problem
reality.
here is, let me tell you, Arnab, the problem here is, after writing continuously,
The dogs of a bureaucrat and the buffaloes of a politician have more value than human life if the human life is from the middle class or the lower middle class or the economically less privileged.
Construction work which is going on. But injustice in Uttar Pradesh, 41,000 accident because of construction going on. That is the biggest concern we should talk about. We are talking about multiple issues.
Taslim from Kolkata. Taslim, 2 callers. Taslim from Kolkata. Taslim, please. Hi. One more, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Taslim.
Actually, throughout the year, I have witnessed some debate, and I have seen you, sir. I'm a great admirer of you.
Thank you, Taslim.
But politicians are not, I think, sensitive to our common man. They should do less politics and more government.
I agree with you, Taslim. One more caller, Vijay from Delhi. Vijay.
हेलो
विजय।
यस सर, हेलो।
यस विजय।
सर देखिए, ऐसा है, पहली बात तो मुझे ना आपको देख के बहुत मजा आता है और आपको मेरी लाइफ में हमेशा देखता हूँ, सिर्फ आपका न्यूज चैनल देखता हूँ। सेकंड थिंग सर, देखिए इस देश में ना कि कुत्तों को बचाने के लिए लोग सुप्रीम कोर्ट चले जाते हैं।
सही बात।
गौ माता पन्नी खा रही है, उसको कोई देखता नहीं है सर, ठीक है। और एक आदमी वहां मर रहा है, लेकिन ये फायर वाले क्या करते हैं, इनको ना पैसा चाहिए, इनको पैसा कमाना है, करप्शन करना है, लेकिन ये उसको बचा नहीं पाए सर। एक कॉमन आदमी होता है।
बचाने की कोशिश नहीं की विजय जी, बचाने की कोशिश नहीं की। अच्छा, एक और कॉलर दुबई से हरिहरन।
Hi Arnab, how are you? Good evening.
I'm okay. Yes, Hariharan.
Arnab, in fact, it is a matter of scope when we put our heads up and say that we are a $4 trillion economy, but at the same time, you're not able to save a common man as this. It's so shocking that when I'm from Dubai, so I was involved in an accident way back in 2013, and in 9 minutes there was a helicopter to airlift us.
I remember that. Okay. Hariharan, I'm sorry I've run out of time. I think the message has gone home. What all could have been done and wasn't done is a long list. Tonight, I just want to end full frame with the visuals of the flickering light. Yuvraj Mehta, till the last minute, put out that light, which you can see there. There was another visual with an arrow on it, because he felt it was easy to save him. He felt that he could have been saved. He had hope till his last minute. Our so-called great system let him down. Let him down knowingly. Now, you have a choice. Look away. Imagine this won't happen to any of us. The other option is, remember, they let him die. We can save others. You can use this hashtag and make it your campaign. Because hashtag people matter. Hashtag progress for the people. Hashtag shout to be heard. See you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.
Time for a quick breather. Arnab will be right back with the debate.